What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Stats with Evan, and I'm here to preview this weekend's 4-game series between my Washington Nationals and the Atlanta Braves. Let's get it popping. So coming into this weekend, the Nationals are 78-60, the Braves are 86-54. Washington is second in the NL East, Atlanta is first. There is a 7-game difference between the two. The Nats currently have the first wild card in the National League, the Bravos are the 2 seed, so if the season ended right now, Washington would play Chicago in the National League wildcard game. The winner of that would play LA. And Atlanta would move straight to the NLDS where they would face St. Louis. In their last series, the Nationals lost 2 out of 3 against the Mets. The Braves swept a brief 2-game series against the Blue Jays. So here's what you need to know about the two teams going into this weekend. This is the 5th of 6 head-to-head series between the Nationals and the Braves. The season series between Washington and Atlanta is all tied up at 6 games apiece. The Nats are outscoring the Bravos in the series by a count of 75-65. The Nationals are 4-2 at SunTrust Park this season, but they're going against a Braves team that's 7 games ahead of them in the National League East standings. Interesting thing about this season series is that the road team has yet to lose a series. The closest is when these two split the last series in Atlanta. And now let's talk starters. On Thursday, the Nationals are sending out Stephen Strasburg. Strasburg is 16-5 with a 3.47 ERA. In his last start, he went 8 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, walked nobody, struck out 14, and he got the win as the Nationals beat the Marlins 7-0. The Braves are countering with Max Fried. Fried is 15-4 with a 4.05 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 11, and he got the dub as the Braves beat the White Sox 10-7. On Friday, the Nationals are sending out Patrick Corbin. Corbin is 11-6 with a 3.19 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 runs, walked 3, struck out 8, and he got the win as the Nationals beat the Marlins 9-3. The Braves are countering with Dallas Keuchel. Keuchel is 6-5 with a 3.72 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 9 hits, 2 runs, walked nobody, struck out 3, and he got the dub as the Braves beat the White Sox 11-5. On Saturday, the Nationals are sending out Joe Ross. Ross is 3-4 with a 6.17 ERA. In his last start, he went just 3 2/3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 7 runs, walked 3, struck out 4, and he got the loss as the Nationals lost to the Mets 7-3. The Braves are countering with Julio Teheran. Teheran is 9-8 with a 3.38 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, walked 4, struck out 5, and he got the dub as the Braves beat the White Sox 5-3. In the series finale on Sunday, the Nationals are sending out their ace, the big dog, Mad Max number 31, Max Scherzer. Scherzer is 9-5 with a 2.60 ERA. In his last start, he went 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 7, and he got a no decision as the Nationals scored 7 runs in the 9th inning to beat the Mets 11-10. The Braves are countering with Mike Soroka. Soroka is 11-3 with a 2.53 ERA. In his last start, he went 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, struck out 6, and he got the dub as the Braves beat the Blue Jays 6-3. So here's how the Nationals can win this series. The Washington Nationals are essentially going all in on a series win over the Atlanta Braves, as this is probably their last chance to make a statement in the NL East. Because of this, Washington sends their big 3 at Atlanta plus Joe Ross, who is not too far removed from a spectacular August. They face a Braves rotation that, while tough, the Nationals are familiar with over the course of the season. Washington can win this series by hanging around early and hitting Atlanta's bullpen hard late. So that was how the Nationals can win this series, but now let's look at how the Braves can win it. The Atlanta Braves smell blood in the water. Atlanta has a 7-game lead on Washington in the NL East and a chance to essentially put the division away this weekend. To do it, the Braves trust their big 3 of Fried, Soroka, and Teheran, along with their high-powered offense. The Nationals' offense knows the Braves' pitching by this point, but the same is true the other way around. So Atlanta can win this series by jumping on Washington early and putting the games out of reach by the 5th inning. And now here's my thoughts. The 2 top teams in the NL East go toe-to-toe in Atlanta, and each sends out their 3 best pitchers from this season. These are 2 teams that have just been incapable of losing over the last 3 months, and both of them revamped their bullpens at the trade deadline. As far as who I think will win this series, remember what I said about the Mets needing the last series more than the Nats? Well, the same can be said now for the Nats, as they obviously need this series more than the Braves. So for that and the intensity factor, I'll say the Nationals take 3 out of 4. So what y'all think? Who's taking this series? Is it the Nationals or the Braves? Or are they going to split? Because you know it is a 4-game series. Let me know in the comments, and until next time, I'm Stats with Evan, and I hope you have a 100% day. See y'all later. I done put up 2 videos today. Woo!